10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we're on. We're live.
Chit.
1 2 1 2, baby.
What's going on, y'all? I know y'all missed us last week, but I'm just keep it all the way Beansky with you. Your boy was
Niggas
under
had the
the
coops.
weather, man. That
Niggas had the cool.
was a fucking Arctic blast. That January breeze
20s all week.
had me
Niggas had
down
the
and
coops.
out, man. And I wasn't trying to come on here sound like a rhinoceros. You know what I'm saying?
Rhinoceros, great.
You feel me?
Nah,
Like I'm fucking what's that? Like I'm fucking German trying to speak. Or I'm speaking Arabic.
crazy.
You know, that's how it would sound trying to fight through the fucking snot.
I thought you was gonna say snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupagus. Well, what's going on with everybody? Who we got in the building today?
You got Leahthemuse. Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. We're feeling good today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who we got in the building, man?
It's Gar Chocolate.
It's Garth.
Garthy.
Chocolate. What's going on, man? What's new? Any new news, man? How's the new year continuing on for us? I know when we started, everybody had good insight, but how has it been progressing?
It's been progressing really well for your girl. I've been in my deep hermit bag, in my deep spiritual bag, and like just reflecting, giving myself the well-needed congratulations on just my growth, as well as having like, you know, I'm realizing that a lot of my work right now this season is spiritual. Like, I haven't been in the gym, but I've been fasting. That's what my body needs right now. I'm making sure that I'm moving around my house. I'm dancing. Like, it looks how it should look for me, and not really comparing myself to what I see other people doing. Like, oh, it's the start of the new year. Oh, are you in the gym? Are you doing X, Y, and Z towards, you know, like whatever? And I'm realizing a lot of what I got to do is more internal. And I've been doing that mug, like shit. Like last week,
We need a round of applause.
Yeah,
like,
we need the soundboard.
We need it.
Soundboard.
Everybody, let's clap it up for Leah.
You see?
Yeah, Kim. Shout out to Kim for the round of applause. That's fire. Yeah.
So, shout out God. Shout out my spiritual team. I've been deep in my rituals. Like shit, last week I probably did like 15 hours worth of rituals throughout the week. Like 3 hours at a time at the altar, 2 hours here. Like, and I love that shit. And it's what is necessary for me right now. So I've been feeling really good being consistent in it, and it is flowing very easily. So yeah.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
Most deserving.
Thank you.
Garth, how about you, brother?
That's great. Back to work on some sets. Heavy in the TikTok bag, man.
Yeah.
Gotta get to it. A lot of music is coming out this year. A lot of R&B music. And I'm tapped in. Working on getting more tapped in.
It's cool. I'm glad you said that because it was this little topic earlier on social media that I wanted to ask you about tonight, and it was centered around, I guess, the comparison, and I forget which platform it was. I don't know if it was the Joe Budden podcast or Juice. If you watching this, comment what platform this was that said this about what I'm about to say. But basically they was trying to say that SZA is to us who Mary J was for them in the 90s.
SZA is to us.
SZA is our Mary.
Absolutely not.
Look, hold
like
on, wait for it. Wait, save it because we're gonna revert back into that later.
Cool.
You know, but you know, basis of it though, we were saying like that's not really a comparison. But yeah, we'll get into that because you speaking of all the new R&B and all that shit. But you know, as far as to you know, I don't answer to how I've been.
Yeah, how you been? How's everything?
Outside of the, you know, the little just had to calm down a little bit because outside of the illness, you know, I feel really good. Been feeling like 2024. I've been filling out my time effectively and efficiently, and you know, and that's something that I like. It's bringing a lot more structure now that I actually like have set schedules. You know,
the time management,
stuff like that. Yeah. And I've also been like learning how to just sit back and chill too. I'm not a very like. I've never been just like a homebody or just like a. If I got free time, I just always want to just be doing something. But you know, you don't always. Sometimes you need to just be doing nothing. Like, and as long as you're doing what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, making sure that you know you dotting your I's and crossing your T's. It is okay to when you have a moment to just do nothing. Decompress. It keeps the mind fresh. It, you know, it re-energizes me to keep going and attacking it. You know what I'm saying? And even though when I'm saying I'm not doing nothing, it doesn't mean that I'm not brainstorming, writing things down, coming up with concepts, things of that nature. But it's just like just chilling. Cause you know what I realized too. You know health is next to wealth. So you gotta treat the body right.
I want to piggyback off of that.
And you know, being sick too, you know, it definitely was like, you know, I need to continue to make sure I'm keeping my vitamin C's up. You know, just was like all right, you know what I'm saying. I'm glad I got it out the way early. I don't typically, you know, shout out to God, I don't typically get sick too often, so usually get it maybe once or twice. And once I get it, I'll be good for a good little minute, you know. So I'd rather get it out the way early. But you know, I still got to continue to do my part, or you know, because as you age, sickness is easier. You know, just that's cool, you know. But yeah, other than that, you know, shit, life is good. I'm excited. I'm energized. I'm fresh. We got Hodge coming down in a few days, joining the team. I mean, he's been on the team, but you know, he's making that transition from where he's at to here to pursue his passions and dreams. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for the team. We just only getting stronger, man. You feel me?
I wanted to piggyback off what you said. I've been reflecting on what it looks like to like be in constant motion and what it looks like to be in rest. And I'm recognizing that our relationship with productivity is very toxic, and it stems, not only does it stem from capitalism and white supremacy, but it's fueled by it actively. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were literally meant to follow nature. Like, you see, nature is very quote unquote dead during the winter. We're supposed to rest. People want to start the new year just da-da-da-da-da, like we're still resting. The tree's still dead, gang. We're all one, literally. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep. I never thought about it like that.
Capitalism has forced us into this tight box of staying productive and aligning our worth with productivity. And it's like, rest is not only good, it's necessary. The trees, the animals would not be able to thrive year long if they didn't take their hibernation period. We're the only motherfuckers within the kingdoms that don't have a hibernation period.
And you know what's unfortunate?
That's deep.
And I feel like you said, because they've turned this shit into a monopoly. You know, we used to rely on ad sets and resources to sustain. But now when you turn it into a, you know, into monetization and shit like that, it forces you to go beyond your natural habitat because the world doesn't allow you to hibernate. You know, your bills, your light, your rent not just gonna take a break because you tired. So you're gonna go and you're forced to work when you're sick, and you know what I'm saying. You're just forced to continue to go, and especially with, you know, the pandemic has set us back. Like, we're not wearing masks anymore, but we're still very much feeling all the effects of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be here for like a couple more years. You know what I'm saying? Everything is extremely inflated. Like, nobody really has nobody wants to admit it, but nobody really got too much paper to really be doing too much other than what they really got to be taking care of. Like the average person, you know what I'm saying? Like, now you have your anomalies that they do what they do, and that's cool. But for the most part, like, it's unfortunate, but you still got to kind of try to find that niche to just do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I try to just take the most advantage of the time when I am up and active, and just go as hard as I can when I'm up. So when I can just chill. It's a challenge finding that balance, especially too because you have all these things, all this propaganda around you that makes you feel like you resting is you're a fucking bum. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because everybody moving.
I'll sleep when I'm rich, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas be on that. So, and in a sense, you buy into it. Like, I feel it, but on the same token, once you start really trying to imitate that, you be like,
wrong.
Somebody's lying here, bro. Like, yo, like, all right, like, I'm a night owl too, bro. But at the end of the day, I still need a little. You need some type of
You
sleep.
need some
Definitely.
sleep.
Definitely.
And to your point of rest is absolutely a luxury. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know motherfuckers who work hella jobs, but what I can say is motherfuckers is gonna make time with what they want to make time for. It's motherfuckers working jobs, and when they get off, they're going straight on social media. And granted, of course, you have your time and you do what you want to do to rest, but you're not resting when you're scrolling on social media. You are constantly intaking information. You can carve out time to literally relax and rest and unplug if you value it enough, regardless of what else you got going on in the day. Because damn near every motherfucker got a social media and be on that motherfucker. If you can do that, you can carve out time to take 10 minutes to go meditate. You could take out time to take 10 minutes to sit in silence or to read a book or to listen to some music or to not do any fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's that.
Did y'all see the Orlando Brown
yes.
interview?
I didn't see it fully.
You seen the clip?
I seen the clip.
We paying for grapes?
No, literally.
Water?
And what he said about the fact that, like, why aren't there fruits growing? They have deliberately planted male trees so that they do not produce fruits. So that the people in the unhoused community cannot eat said fruits and vegetables.
Bro, they don't make healthy food has never been accessible, bro. It's
No.
never been by design that for
Healthy
every
food
liquor
is not
store there's a
accessible.
McDonald's or there's
Yeah.
a Chinese store.
Yeah.
Like,
This
bro,
shit
like
is structured to the T.
right, and then for the places, like, there are places like Whole Foods that do accept EBT, but that's not publicized. That's not, people don't know that, and then Whole Foods is not in niggas' jurisdiction.
Yeah, at all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how I nigga can't get on the bus and then the train just to go to Whole Foods to get groceries for the crib, nigga, no.
Yeah.
Food lines right here.
Right there.
Like, and all that shit's processed. Even the fruit, like, it's wicked. Like, it's like motherfuckers out here thinking they doing healthy, trying to be healthy, and the shit's all poisoned.
Yeah, my
It's
sister
like it's even more
saying
difficult.
some shit. She said, "I wish America would adapt communism." Not gonna lie.
There's some truth to that though.
No,
like
facts.
it's pros and cons to every type of democracy there is out there. Like, I just don't know the long term effects of communism. Is probably we're too far gone as a society to try to implement communism now. It'll be too much pushback.
I'm honestly very interested to see how the collective is going to shift, because there are some really major transits happening that impact our day to day. Like, I'm definitely the woo woo bitch, but I'm gonna definitely take it there real quick with
Go
y'all.
ahead.
Okay, so
I got my seatbelt on.
do y'all know about Kali Yuga? So in the the world is split up into yugas, right? The timing of the world. We've been in Kali Yuga, which is the worst of the four. It's the dark age. We've been in the dark age for 400,000 years. That shit just ended on the 15th. And we're going into the golden age. So we're going to see a lot more awakening, a lot more consciousness, a lot more shared love amongst each other, and less turmoil within the world, essentially. But even aside from that, we're also seeing Pluto leave Capricorn. Pluto began in Capricorn in 2008. You know what happened in 2008. that was the market crash or whatever. And it's been in there since then. It'll like transit out every now and then, but it was mainly in Capricorn. We are now entering into Aquarius. And it's going to be in Aquarius for the next 19 years. It'll go back in Capricorn around the time of the election, which I don't think is coincidental. It's going to be from like September 1st to like November. And then it's going to stay in Aquarius for the next 19 years. And Pluto in Aquarius looks like equality. It looks like the way in which we've been living under this dynamic of 5 companies ruling the world. That's going to shift. It's going to be a more mutual effort in society, and it's going to be more free-flowing energy in that. You know what I'm saying? Like the dynamics are shifting, the systems are going to be shifting. We're going to see shit crumble. Literally, we saw the fucking crap. 2008 niggas was like, wait, this has never happened. What the fuck is going on? It's going to be more of that, but in this way, in those themes versus the structure, because Capricorn itself is very structured, it's very tight. And that's what that shit look like. Aquarius is more free flowing. It's like the healer of the world, the bleeding heart. Like that's the theme of Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see more of that. So I'm interested to see how those 2 transits are going to impact us.
Yeah.
So is it so within the 19 years? Is it broken down within like, let's say, quarters in a sense? Like, what does the infant toddler stage look like in this Aquarius retrograde or anything like that? Like, is it like a transition, and you know, when it gets to adolescent age is when we actually see the fruitfulness? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
or we just jump right into
because like to make that statement is, you know, I'm a firm believer and you know, that sounds wonderful. That actually sounds exciting that we have something to look forward to. But living in the moment and for where we are right now, like, that almost is like a full 180.
Yeah.
You know, that's a full 180. Like,
legit. The market crash was a full 180.
It was.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about the way of life. Not just digital numbers and shit like that.
I mean, but that was a way of life, gang. That was another depression. Niggas lost everything in 2008. It wasn't just numbers. Literally. Niggas couldn't find jobs for a minute. It was literally another wave of the Great Depression, which is what we honestly are living in right now. So it wasn't just the numbers on the screen. It changed people's way of life in an instant.
Yeah, but we already in it right now. So like,
what do you mean?
We're like you said, we're technically in like the 3rd depression. And it doesn't, I haven't seen anything that gives me sight that anytime soon
gonna change.
Like, you know, because the time frame in which you gave is around the corner.
Yeah,
it's just a few months away. But you know,
no, we're in the Pluto just came into Aquarius.
You said the 15th, right? Or
no,
like
that was
so
the
you're not talking
age.
about the one coming up. You're talking about we already went through.
No. So Pluto
the past October.
Pluto was in Capricorn. It just went into Aquarius. It's going to be in Aquarius for the next 19 years. But it will go back into Capricorn for a 2-month period in upcoming October during the election.
During the election.
Okay.
And then it's going to go back into Aquarius and it's going to stay there for the next 19 years. It just entered into Aquarius yesterday, I think, or today. Yeah. So I don't know what that shift is going to look like, but I know we're going to see shifts.
Changes.
Like, not on no funny shit. I mean, we see what's going on across, you know, in Gaza.
Yeah.
Right? And the collective stopped, for the most part, stop fucking with Starbucks to the point where them niggas was like, hold on, our stock is through hell right now. What the fuck is going on? Oh, everyone on social media is seeing what y'all are doing in real time and they're not fucking with you. And they're literally begging. They just did this collab with Stanley Cup. They're begging for consumerism.
Yeah, they're trying to find it because Stanley hot right now.
You know what I'm saying? They're begging for consumerism. We have power.
I always said boycotting is the most efficient, the most efficient protest. You know,
because it's gonna get straight to the source.
Like, you have to affect these people's pockets, bro.
And this is why I am pro segregation. Because when we had our own shit, we were not dependent on anyone else but ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So we could not be controlled as easily. Mm-hmm. And it's just that simple. Our dollar is our greatest power.
And that's what makes me nervous about this whole transition to a digital currency. Like, that's too much control being passed to motherfuckers. In an instant, bro. In an instant, they decide to shut that shit off, bro. Yeah. No one has access.
What are we gonna do?
That's why niggas was fucking with crypto and blockchain, because it was essentially decentralized. But the government literally put a stop to that, because they saw how powerful decentralization could be. Yeah,
like they're taking away the racks in the wall, like method, in the sense, like in a sense, like devaluing the cash. And then when you even look at these other countries denouncing the American dollar, it's like, bro. And then come on, bro. Like, nah, I don't. This is where I be feeling like I'm a young old nigga, because it's like I still like cash. Like, I have shit in the bank, and I have like cash. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, bro, like. Even to this day, bro, my mom, if she ever wants to send me some bread, bro, she don't do digital. She goes to Walmart. She goes with the wire. With the wire. Like, you feel me? Like, she don't do none of that. Like, but it makes sense, because now they can trace it, and then at any moment they can just decide to deduct and take away. You know, when we give them all this control, and it's like they mask it in a way that looks innovative.
But it's literally exactly what you said, control. Because shit, the banks, that was really like the beginning of the control of our money. Because like shit, if you put 10K in your shit right now, you got 10K in the bank, you can't go take that 10K out, because that 10K ain't there for you to take out, because they utilizing your shit. But even a step further than that is, if the way society is, though, is so fucked, if you don't have your money in a high yield savings account, you're losing money because of inflation. If you have $500 now, it's not going to be the same $500 next year. If you have that shit in a bank account, it's losing money. If you have it in a regular savings account that yields 0.1%, is losing money. If it's in a high yield that's yielding 5%, you're just it's still just going to be that 500, because inflation now is whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if it's on cash, if you got that $500 in cash, that $500 is worth less next year because of inflation. So it's like, we're fucked either way. And then it's like, how can you manage it to where it works for you? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I put my shit in a high yield savings account, but it's still digital. And if them niggas wanted to cut that shit off,
it's over for you.
It's over for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Breaking news: Donald Trump has won the New Hampshire GOP primary, dealing a major blow to Nikki Haley's campaign.
Crazy.
Return to Trump.
Crazy.
So this is what I saw. I saw a post, and it was like, okay, you don't fuck with Joe Biden, but if you vote for Joe Biden, you can vote for whoever you want to in 2028. If you vote for Trump, you're not going to be able to vote ever again. I don't really know too much on that, but I saw that and I just thought I'd share.
Like, I have an eerie feeling though. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he got reelected, bro.
Or anything.
I'm not gonna hold you. I honestly don't.
Who's even a viable? Is Biden rerunning?
Yeah.
And then who else? Is there a third oncomer? Somebody young,
innovative from a different party
that we know that we need to tune into? Like, this is rambunctious. We're dealing with senior citizens.
Literally, them niggas is hell,
bro. Like understand. Like, literally, they were young and youthful during the Civil War, like during segregation, during Jim Crow, like. They was going to their grandparents and shit own slaves. Like, we're not that far removed, bro, from that thinking. Like, and man, like, we don't have any young political leaders, whether it's black, white, anybody that's making sense. Like,
it's because
that's breaking through,
how corrupt it is. We've had them, and they be like, actually, fuck no.
Like the ones that were in Tennessee, right?
I don't know.
The ones that stood up, I forgot their names during the 2 young black guys. They stood up during the Memphis something,
Mm.
and they got put out, and it caused like a riot or something
I
within
didn't
Memphis.
see that. No.
The whole BLM movement is washed. That shit is
BLM.
That was a fucked movement. But
all they do is infiltrate it. That's it.
Yeah.
Every time, like, and we just go for it. The money every time. It's the money. Niggas sell they soul.
Like, we
for
could have
the
did so
money,
much.
bro.
Yeah, we could
Literally,
have did
like,
a lot.
that
we had
was
everybody's eyeballs.
Really
Yeah.
revolutionary if it was
Yeah.
done authentically. Like,
Yeah,
People coming off highways, streets, marching.
literally. What are we talking
Like we could have done
about?
so much.
but we're just so consumed by like the phone. Like the shit just keeps us drawn in,
Yeah.
bro. And it's like
Propaganda.
we do not live in a real world anymore. Nobody's opinions or thoughts of that are their own. It's
Nope.
very few.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Everybody's shit
Mhm.
is formed based off of a tweet, an Instagram post, shit that's phallicized, bro. Like I literally could. I live in Atlanta, bro. I live across the street from the new motherfucking like the richest Marriott hotel they just built. Like
Mhm.
I could go and take lifestyle pictures in that lobby put on a suit and make it really seem like I'm like
Mm-hmm.
doing like you can do that.
Yeah.
And and then all I have to do is then go live, get me a good following, go live and start getting advice. Now I'm a life coach for a fallacy.
Yeah.
Like this shit is so fake. It's so hard to tell what's real and
What's
what's
real?
not.
Yeah.
Like I be telling people, bro, I'm like, yo, the most powerful people in the room are usually the ones you don't know,
Mm-hmm.
are the ones that
Or the
don't
one
stand
that's
out, the
as
ones that don't
quiet.
have a social media
Mhm.
presence, like
Mhm.
for
To that,
real.
I'm gonna say this: your intuition is your greatest tool,
Mhm.
but niggas isn't tapped into their intuition because they're
Facts.
not tapped into
Mhm.
themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like I seldom come across people that I have an affinity to
Mhm.
that's based on bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like your intuition is your greatest tool. Your discernment is your greatest tool. But niggas don't have that discernment, and they're not tapped into their intuition because honestly, niggas don't know themselves.
Mhm.
They don't know what they actually like. They don't know what rubs them the wrong way. They don't know how to identify what they feel in their body when they feel it.
You
They're
know what?
disconnected from themselves.
You know what I'll say? I beg to differ. I would argue that it's not that niggas don't know. I think that niggas are just shameful because everyone has intuition.
Yeah.
You know who you really are and who you really want to be.
They just scared to put
That's
it out
something
there.
that festers inside you.
Mhm.
But you could build a facade based off of your environment where you live or what society has deemed acceptable,
Mhm.
and build and train yourself into believing those ideologies, and then getting into it and dealing with it and becoming stagnant because you know you're not living your truth. Like I would argue most people, I would argue though, like intuition is a feeling. Like you
Mhm.
all have that thing, whether right or wrong, yes or no, like doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's about living, like you said, though. I agree. Like you have to live your truth, but I just don't feel like motherfuckers are living their truth because a nigga that could go and kill 8 people might still go in his whole room be filled like look like an art gallery. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he'll never put that side of the world, that side. This is just a random example. But they'll never put that side of him, them, she out there. And it's like, it's literally people like this. Like, they're so intelligent. They're so smart. They're so creative. They're so talented. They just don't choose to indulge in that side or use those hustling skills, those manipulating skills or whatever in a positive manner to create something of the community, not just beyond their own personal gain. No one has a sense of others. It's all individuality. And that's where I feel like motherfuckers ain't really trying to, I don't know. That's just kind of where I say, like, I don't mean to say like you wrong, but it's like, I feel like that kind of gives motherfuckers a pass when it's like, at the end of the day, all you got is you and your thoughts. Just like with a motherfucker being gay, you know you've been gay since the day you could have a conscience.
Okay,
that's how I argue.
I'm gonna come back on it.
You know what I'm saying?
So I get what you're saying, but I think I get what you're saying, right? Essentially, what you're saying is people indeed do have their intuition, right? They choose not to tap into their truth because of how it could possibly be perceived. So it's more so like, yeah, that's just that, right? I'm going to challenge that to say, yes, everyone has their intuition, but how deep they're connected to their intuition is a thing. You can have intuition to be like, I feel like, wait, what's something that's very common where people can just like intuitively say, I don't know. Like, oh, I think someone's cheating on me. I don't fucking know. Something that's very like common, or you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, intuitively I felt this. But is your intuition deep enough to where you can tell that someone is bullshitting you online because you can feel that their spirit is not authentic? That's a feeling, but you have to be tapped in with yourself to a specific level to be able for your signals to go off for that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Intuition is something that we all have, but how deeply are you connected to it? And that comes from how deep, again, you know yourself. And like you said, they'll know themselves and be like, oh, okay, I'm this highly intelligent person, but I'm not going to show it because I'm fearful of this or whatever. But that is indoctrination. And yes, accountability does exist. And people can choose what they want to share and what they don't want to share for their own reasons. And it can be based off fallacies, but indoctrination is real. Why do they feel like they can't share that? What did they see in their communities for them to feel unsafe in sharing that? So to the first point, everyone does have an intuition, but it's not common for that intuition to be so deep to where people are using their discernment in their intuition to their advantage. And then to the second point, I feel like indoctrination is a big pollutant, I shall say.
Good word.
To how people feel and how called they feel to live in their truth. That's that.
Gar, you got anything to add to that, brother?
Y'all said enough. I would just say I blame social media at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, social media.
Well, I'll say social media and the success of people on social media. Well, the actual the people that actually succeeded off of social media, and then everybody seeing what they did and then try to copy that just because they did it, not because they want to do it.
And speaking of that, that's what's going to transition into this next post, because you know we got staying in the loop and we ain't even really get into that. But I don't know if y'all see it as, you know, these platforms are trying to describe it as. They says T.I.'s son King got creative for his noodles after they ran out of clean bowls. For me, this is so you too deep in the trenches to wash a bowl out, bro. You don't run out of bowls. They're in the sink. Clean it, my nigga.
All you gotta do is clean.
Like, what the fuck, bro? The aluminum foil, we never did that. No matter how poor we was, bro. I ain't never had to make no aluminum foil.
And he's never been poor.
You've never been. Whether even when you was at your granny house in the hood, you was a rich nigga in the hood.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, and not gonna take away from his experience. And I'm not saying that your parents are A1 or that they don't have their flaws. Just because you come from money don't mean that you had good parents or that they did what they were supposed to do.
Parents weird.
You know what I'm saying, bro? But you never been that deep to where you had to make a bowl with noodles. And first of all, how'd you even cook it? Did you heat the aluminum foil up?
Ain't no way.
That was fucking stupid. You didn't do that shit. Like,
so what's your point?
My point is just like, this goes to social media and motherfuckers feeling like they have to prove themselves or how real they are off little shit like that. And then like, this isn't creative. Like, why are they trying? That's not creative. This is stupid. That's not look real. At the way you captioned it after he ran out of clean bowls. You don't run out of clean bowls in the house, bro. They're in the sink. Wash it.
You just clean the bowl.
You got it, bro. Like, that should take 20 seconds.
Literally.
Bro, we might come from the trenches, bro, but we always had chores. Like, what the fuck? Niggas act like
you cosplaying the
Come
hood.
On, bro. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, bro, just because you come from subsidized houses don't mean your mother didn't get on you every Sunday to get your ass up and start cleaning them baseboards when it was time for spring. Yeah. Like, come on, bro.
On, baseboards, the real
damn, bro. Like, niggas, like, that shit kills me, bro. Like, niggas don't, just because you come from adverse situations, bro, don't mean you don't have structure and order or that you're uncleanly, bro. It just means that financially as a family you were on the low totem pole, bro. Like, that shit kills me, bro. Like, there's so many And the thing is, there's not one person that comes from the hood or the projects. Like, there's most of your most favorite intellectual people, nigga. Dr. Umar is from fucking North Philly.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the route he chose, bro. Like, there's so many special human beings. Everybody in the hood is just not a. Appreciate that. Like, everybody in the hood is just not a killer or just an athlete, bro. Like, there's so many special minds, and we just marginalize it. Just this one persona, and that's society's expectations and perception of us, bro.
So
like,
let me ask you this: why do you feel that the people in our community yearn to be
seen?
No. They yearn to live a life synonymous or to portray a life synonymous with the hood.
Because too, like, one, this is where you can kind of like draw it into music, and then like the media and what it portrays, and as a sense, you know, every rapper nowadays, their validity comes from their lyrics matching what they do in real life. So even if you go and you do a 3-5 year bid, if the music you was making was fire, you have fans, and then you actually quote unquote stood on the shit in your lyrics, when you come home, you'll be a bigger star than what you was before you went in. Just because now you're valid. You're real.
Incredible.
You know what I'm saying? When the whole goal is to never get caught. like let's be real, bro. Like, it's not cool to keep going to jail. Like, nigga, like, if you're a criminal and you keep getting caught, you fucking
you're
suck.
An awful criminal.
Like, you should pick a different profession, bro.
Get a career,
you're
baby.
not trying to, like, come on, bro. These big kingpins and all that, bro, they evaded the laws for years. Years. I'm talking about decades. Nigga.
Not
like,
Pablo Escobar, baby.
And if they did go, bro, they wasn't trying to sit in jail. They wasn't trying to do none of that, bro. Nah, nigga.
Not cute.
You niggas is literally just crashing out for respect. That is not even real respect.
Yeah, respect from who?
You know what I'm saying? And you crashing out for a motherfucker that's asking you to do something they would never get up and do themselves. That's the first red flag.
First one.
I would never do anything for a motherfucker I haven't seen them accomplish themselves or do themselves. Because what advice are you giving me?
What you say? I don't take it by some people less successful than me.
Come on. And there's no disrespect to that.
Yeah.
But you got to surround yourself around enlightened individuals or people on a higher frequency or that know more than you. Like, how else you gonna learn to grow? You just gonna remain stagnant. Like,
I want to share something.
Yeah.
Before you say that, hold that real quick. We have our first caller.
Oh.
Okay.
Juice, would you like to chime in?
Yeah. Nah. So what Leah was just asking, when she said, "Why do you think niggas be like why is that a thing in our community? Like, to prove that you know down bad, I guess." And Slow was saying, "Yo, that shit ain't got shit to do with music. This shit was way before music. That shit come from niggas like subconsciously not wanting to be like aligned with like the white man type shit. Like, I feel like that stems all the way from, you know, field niggas like not fucking with like house niggas type shit. Like, it's on some like, yo, you had it easier, and then like on some shit like,
hold on.
No, let him finish.
All right. I'm gonna let you finish.
And so I feel like with that, it's almost a pride thing that essentially is fucked us over in you know the long run, because it's almost like we are counterproductive to our own selves. But like it's almost like we built this pride to where it's like, yo, if you didn't get it this like out the mud, like it's not really worth nothing, like, because, you know, niggas had to really go through something back then. So they looked at the house niggas like, bro, y'all not really out here like type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's where it stems from. You know what I'm saying? Not wanting to be synonymous with the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this nigga's
that's what I think.
I mean, that's true, but we've also never really, like, we created that notion of the house slave and field slave because
who created that notion?
I'm not saying like, I'm saying like as a people, like I'm saying not those specific. I'm talking about the division in it. You know what I'm
You
saying?
a
Like,
lie.
no, I'm talking about, bro. You don't just
the white man.
Like the white man is the one that created that.
Right,
Like just because a white, like if a white man took you and put you in the house, that doesn't mean that that lighter person didn't feel like less of a nigga. That was a slave master decision. You know what I'm saying? Now you have your coons that did that, and when they got in the house, they switched up on you. But everybody that was a house slave, they started in the field at some point. Then they created that whole shit. You know what I'm saying? But those house slaves were still getting abused, raped, taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? They just became they puppets. Now you have the coons that flipped over and just started doing shit to, fuck around and put the field slaves at a disadvantage.
But why?
But hold on. And then still though, you can't say fuck the music because the music is the number one tool perpetuated that motherfucking notion, that stereotype. Because every gangster want to be a rapper and every rapper want to be a gangster.
I don't think
that's
just
synonymous.
Fuck the music. It's just not stemming.
Hold on, let me finish though. I feel you. Because I'm not saying that there isn't this distinct notion between a house nigga and a field nigga. You're like, yes, there is a complete difference. You can identify the fact that the people in the field had it worse than the niggas in the house, but abuse is abuse, whether it's verbal, emotional, physical. Ain't nobody still had nothing. Like at the end of the day, I might live in the house, but it's not. You're still a slave. Niggas is still in bondage. Like now, this is where you differentiate it when it becomes to the coonery. When you get the house slaves that start thinking that they with massa in them. That's the disconnect. But every house slave wasn't on that though.
I'm challenging your ass.
Every house slave wasn't on that. That's the coonery.
No. They created. Huh? Can I spit?
Say one more thing and then I was gonna let y'all get back to it.
All right. Go ahead, gang.
All right. So no, I was just gonna say like, all right. I wasn't saying the house slave is not abused because that still goes along with today. Like black people that's raised in the suburbs, they still have to drive and nigga, they get pulled over. They're still black. So it's the same thing. I'm not saying they're excused from the problem just because I'm saying, and I'm not saying like, I know the slave master put it in there. That's what I'm saying. This system. How you think the slaves escape, bro? Come on, bro.
Let him spit so I can speak.
That's what I'm saying. The system creates like situations and puts black people in them for us to ultimately subconsciously make the decision that we think we're making the decision. It's when we were only left with two options. You get what I'm saying?
Literally.
They leave us with options in this world and make us think we're making our own decisions. Okay. And on that note, you feel me? I'm out.
All right. So let me come back, okay?
All right, go ahead.
So the perspective that you had was we created the notion of house nigga versus field nigga.
No, that's not what I meant to say.
What did you mean to say?
I'm saying we're the ones that continue to create that division and push that narrative that they created. They're the ones that came up with the division of house nigga and field nigga is what I'm saying. But for all of us, it's moving parts in one. Okay. Part of the, my thing is that part of the reason that we even got out of bondage is escaping is having those house niggas in there to learn time schedules, to have that connection with the niggas in the field, to all be at one. What I'm saying is, as none of us being slaves or being there, we don't know the true bondage and perception of how they really felt together as them living in that moment. That's just what society has put out, and then we've taken that and created it and pushed that narrative, keep going with that narrative, and now we're the only ones in control of it. They don't even have to push that agenda no more because we're dividing ourselves. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that those things are not factual. It's true, and I'm not saying that a person in the field didn't have it worse than a person in the house. Physically, that it's probably no way to even compare the two. But I'm saying abuse is still abuse, and as some way, they both had to be moving parts in order to escape and get out of bondage. Like, we don't really know what their relationship was like, because this field nigga, his wife could have been a house nigga. So you know what I'm saying? Like, they was together at some point. These are still people's families. We got families that come from the same mom, same dad. Your sister just might be light skinned and the other baby might be dark skinned, but it's still the same DNA, still the same experience. It's just genetics. We're so vibrant. We could come, like my grandmother is high yellow. All of her kids are black skin, black and brown.
Mm-hmm.
She would have been a house slave,
mm-hmm.
but all her kids would have been in the field.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just sit here and tell me that there still was no connection between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was literally, that's part of the dismantling of the black family.
Yeah.
Creating that division.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think niggas in the field wasn't trying to fight to get into the house to get that?
Yeah.
That's why we have these mulatto children.
Mm-hmm.
Forcing there, sitting, raping our wives and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or even Massa taking the raping the field women.
Mm-hmm.
Let that shit happen too.
Oh, absolutely.
That's all I'm saying. I didn't mean to my wording was probably wrong. I can say that, and that's why I'm like, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me not go like hold on, no, trust me. I'm not trying to debunk none of that, but wait, there's more. That's all I'm saying. Like,
no, you brought it home, gang.
That's
I was
it.
finna get in your ass.
Look. Because one thing I stand on is my Pan-Africanism, like, bro, and I ain't motherfucking like, like, hold on, cause you feel me? I done damn near march for this shit and everything. Like, I'm all for my people, like, but even now, cause if you look at it, it's perpetuated in. We get on social media and you divide it and people call them motherfuckers mixed breeds and half breeds and niggas is taking away their nigga card after they'd have been accepted with niggas they whole life. Now in 2022 on Twitter, somebody made a viral tweet and now you ain't black no more.
Yeah.
Now you shouldn't even say nigga. Can you say nigga?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. No, the divide is great. And one thing I can't, like, this shit kind of, it's sickening. Like, it's motherfuckers questioning, like, I know I stay off of Twitter, but I heard about this conversation about how people who are biracial can't say nigga, or they can't, not even necessarily say nigga, but they can't say that they are black because they are indeed biracial, right? But it's like, as we are doing the white man's work, like, what are we talking about? Like I understand that someone who is biracial and who physically looks biracial, high yellow, is going to have a complete different experience from someone who has darker skin.
That's like in South Africa. How they have three different nationalities, or how it's
talk to us.
Black people,
okay,
colored people. Colored people are the mixed people,
okay,
and then there's white people, and the colored people and the white people have majority of the regular normal lives, and then the black people are the ones that suffer. Well, used to suffer. Happened with the apartheid and everything.
And it's like, at the end of the day,
you're still black. You
are still black. Who, as a collective, we're gonna sit over here and and have think pieces.
Still nigga.
On the fact that somebody, because they mama was white, granted, the them biracials who got white mamas, them different bitches.
They do look different, yeah.
However,
are you
this
sure?
is what we're putting our energy to? Doing the white man's work. What are we talking about, bro?
Like, they deep about that. Like, no, you're not black, you're colored.
Like, and in a sense, like, I can, like, people never respect their experience. Like, I can imagine how it might make them feeling like, damn, I'm literally not accepted by anybody. Like, when they say that, bro, motherfuckers be like, oh, that's bullshit. But I'm like, that's their experience, bro. Look at it. We're literally sitting here trying to tell them, man, you ain't really a nigga. But if they try to go to the white people, they're going to look at their features
and be like,
you ain't white, sweetie.
Nah.
So who are they? Say, who are they, bro? Like, that 1% rule, and since white people are the ones that determine race, class, all that shit, they nigga, bro. That 1% rule, we just went from the 1% rule, all this shit, now to the.
You gotta look like it.
Literally.
Motherfuckers you had white families giving up they mixed breeds baby out of wedlock because they couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because they couldn't raise them. Come on, bro. Like, that's the only shit that frustrates me. Like, it's okay. Like, and that's where I say two things can be true. Okay, sure. If you want to go with the you're not black, you're biracial, yes, that is a fact. You are biracial, but
still,
by appearance and how strong our gene pool is,
you're black.
You're black.
Black,
you know what I'm saying? And to me, I get cringe when I see the light skins that kind of lean more towards the white side. Yeah. Like, cause even though it's like,
but then again, that's their experience. Though.
That is their experience,
and it's still have. But I just feel like that's just when that I don't know, because if the black family was present, it would overcome that. Definitely. If you had, I promise you, any person that has the chance to experience living white or black, and they're both there, you're gonna go fuck with the black side.
And even aside from that, like I don't place no judgment on someone for how they live their life, but usually more times than not, if we see a motherfucker who does lean more towards the white side, the judgment that they have towards the black community is rooted in whiteness. Can't fuck with you, gang.
Yeah, you with them. You can be with them at that point.
Now if you like, oh, I grew up and these just all the people I knew, but I'm actually interested to see like what this life looks like, or I'm interested to learn more about this other side of me, or honestly, I'm honestly not interested, but I respect y'all and I love y'all. I'll even respect that.
Like, and this is like think about it like this, like, and you see this with a lot of these athletes nowadays, like. It's so many mixed breeds, as you want, whatever you want to call it, mixed individuals. And this is my thing, though. So you take a black person, you take a white person, then create a mixed person. But if that mixed person doesn't choose a black person, they only get more white. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And then as Diana that baby come, you know what I'm saying? And then as that baby come, if they choose a white person, that whole black gene pool is destroyed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there goes your 1%.
You know what I'm saying? There goes your 1%.
You like, at 0.5 right now, baby. Yeah. Shit crazy.
Like, I don't even think niggas be looking at that. Like I be looking at like Patrick Mahomes. Like I feel like the only black thing he does is play football. Like, well, like he got the nigga gene when it comes to the sports, but everything else about him just is a white man to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it pisses me off. And that's why he's the good con, and Lamar Jackson is not. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he fits that agenda.
Football quarterbacks.
No, I know that they're quarterbacks, but like I don't know their like.
Oh, like how they talk.
But if you see Patrick Mahomes' dad, he's the closest thing to a nigga you're gonna ever see. Yeah. Like, and he was a professional baseball player. Like
his family, but like
that whole shit gone. His baby looks white. Patrick Mahomes, like his baby looks white. And this is not any like. I don't have any disdain. But I do just feel like we all should procreate with people that look like us. That's it. That's my only thing.
Ain't gonna lie.
We could have friendships, bond, go out, catch a happy hour, but I am not procreating with anything but a black woman.
If I am marrying a woman or a man,
love is love.
They just better be black.
Black, baby.
Black. Individual.
I don't know if I'm
even
going
if
to
you
marry
like
or marry one person. They gotta be black. I just no. Okay. As I've gotten deeper into my spirituality, I've realized that we actually are indeed one human race. But capitalism, white supremacy, all of this shit creates this divide, and it forces us to be this prideful, because when we're not, we see what happens, right? But I dare say love is love in whatever capacity, right? But what is it rooted in? Are you just going out only sourcing motherfuckers who look a specific way, whose skin color is lighter than because then I can't fuck with you. That love is not just love. That is rooted in some deeper shit. Or, I go out and my soulmate happens to be an Asian man. I didn't source him. I dated black people my whole life, but this just happens to be who God wanted me to be with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, love is love, and I want us to be more open to that, but we gotta, it's the foundation. Where is this rooted from? Where's your preference?
You absolutely, to me, like, that's deep. They have to literally show and demonstrate a complete, for me, it would be like a motherfucking SAT. They would have to literally demonstrate a complete understanding of my experience. Show I need to see accolades and accomplishments of your contributions
to the community.
as you being a legit and true ally.
Yeah, true allyship.
For you to even get the interview though.
Yeah.
For you to get, and then what's your family history? Yeah. Exactly. Who was your daddy? Who was your granddaddy? And did you own slaves?
Now that they probably did.
All right. And then if you did, then I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even like how far.
Like, you got niggas who own slaves in your bloodline. So
just because we blood don't mean we family, nigga.
I dare,
you feel me? Like I can't control bloodline.
I understand that.
I get what you're saying, but I dare say I wouldn't say, oh, if they did, because it could be motherfuckers who have that life and they're like I done seen some progressive white motherfuckers. Like, I got some progressive white friends. I feel you. Let me finish my statement. Who they got their people who did they shit. They're working overtime
to reverse that,
to make sure that they are utilizing their whiteness in a way that works for us and that is an advantage for us. So if your granddaddy was a slave owner, it's not just going to be like, okay, no, but it's going to be, okay, what are y'all doing with y'all power?
Okay, I can give you that.
So is that
because we can utilize their power.
Yeah, but see, experience also shapes perception, and
True.
I live this.
True.
And at the end of the day, like, I'm a firm believer that when it comes down to it, where they have to choose their whiteness
or you
over saving your blackness, I would argue it's in their DNA to go to the left.
Wrong. We got niggas who literally helped with the Underground Railroad, who put their own lives on the line, who were white as fuck. Put their lives on the line to help the fucking community.
That's cool, but we don't have to procreate. That's fine. That's all fine and dandy. But that don't mean we have to have children together.
But why?
No, because
why? Where is it stemming from?
Why is it stemming from? Because
they're utilizing their power.
Look, listen. We have to get ourselves back to a sense of control and running our kingdom and queendom before we even start thinking about those type of contributions to society. We got to get right back in. Our shit is already dismantled. Our shit is already dismantled.
They lied on the black girls once they decided the leader we fought for. Did they lie on them, or did them niggas take everybody's money and go and do what the fuck they wanted to do?
Niggas ain't lie. They told on themselves.
They literally.
But we're gonna get back into that.
It's literal families like, I didn't receive a penny.
Like,
not one.
Like, understand this. My uncle growing up was like a father figure to me.
Okay.
He met a white woman along the way.
Okay.
She was very cool. She's my aunt technically. She was cool. I took a liking to her as a kid. She was awesome. But once my grandmother died, once they got married, there was a slight switch because now, they're one. So the access and the time that he had for me, I was understanding because now he's creating his own family. He has to be a father to his own kids. He's breeding now. I understand that. But he changed. She took control. Like, she, in my sense, I would say she like edged him to make some of the decisions he made, and he was the catalyst. But she was the shot caller. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he was living through, like, he wasn't being his authentic self. And then when my grandma died and it came down to money and it being dispersed amongst the family members, she put it to him. But now that they're married, it's hers. So now all of a sudden they live in Arizona in a nice home with their kids raising their shit where there's no niggas.
I'm sorry, a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's when I say, when it comes down, like, they cannot help themselves is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that, like, in a totality, in an overall aspect, there's always a few out the bunch.
Yeah.
Cool. But
if you come across that one few, what are we talking about?
He's saying that's not his first choice, his second choice, his third choice.
I'm saying, like, when we can regain our throne and we have a sense of self-efficiency, you know what I'm saying, where they can no longer dismantle us, then sure, that could happen because, like you said, love is love. But right now, us doing that is continuing to give them access to be able to, at any moment they choose, switch it up. and continue to keep infiltrating and infiltrating. They were already doing it before they were a part of our families. And it's no disrespect. Like, it's not even no disrespect, because I have mixed friends that I love to death. There's a lot of amazing. I work with some cool, dope white people. I went to a high school that was mixed. It's some kids from high school that still check up on me. Like, they were dope individuals. Their families were awesome. Cool. We can keep it on a friendship, a relationship, and I'm not knocking you if you choose that. It's just my belief and my opinion. Until we get to where we need to be, then we can start considering romance and reproducing with people outside of our race, because now we're in a sense of control and we're self-efficient, and we have an ideology set in place for us. That's on just a deeper surface level. I hear you. Let me love who you love. I don't listen to me.
Let me know.
You might be miserable as fuck listening to me.
No, let me ask you this, okay? Let me ask. See, because again, like I'm gonna say, I'm marrying black. I'm just providing conversation so that we can look at all perspectives. Now, let me ask you this. If you did not have that experience with your uncle, would you feel this convicted in it?
Yeah. But that just
God said no.
I mean,
like,
his experience is his experience.
Because at the end of the day, it's like that only fueled it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's still experiences
it was already there
outside of that, like when involving just racist instances and moments, or seeing my best friend in middle school get in trouble for smacking a white girl's butt when she was smacking ours. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been multiple multiple instances, you know what I'm saying? And R.I.P. her soul, because she was really a sweet girl. And in that moment, you know, she was innocent because we're still kids, but at the end of the day, her whiteness triumphed the situation. She didn't get in trouble at all, as if she wasn't grabbing on his private parts first. And it's not even like she told. They got caught. But when it was time to be truthful, come on, that's all I'm saying, bro. Like, it gets deep. Like, and the thing is, it doesn't even mean that they want to do it. It's just DNA. Just like how we just get up and we can just jump and we can just run and we can just paint. We can sing. Like, it's just in us.
Yeah.
It's in you. Definitely. Like,
so I just learned. No, you're right. I just learned about something, a phenomenon. It's not a phenomenon. It's just something that exists. It's called a metaphagenic field. In my notes, gang. Metaphagenic field. It's essentially this invisible field around you of energy that holds your experiences, the experiences of people who share that field with you, and usually the people who share that with you are people who share the same race, the same experience as you. So all black people share this metaphagenic field. People who do like the same type of sports, like this is based on like experiences, et cetera, et cetera. So not only is that shit in our DNA, like, cause not like from an ancestral standpoint, like we literally have the very trauma of slavery living within us in our DNA. But even on an external level of the energy that's surrounding us, we share concepts and ideas, and we're all connected in that the field, the energy field around us. So you're right about that. And that can shift though. And you gotta want to shift it and surround yourself with different for it to shift. You know what I'm saying? Because it's based on the experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are wounds, there are things that you can heal to remove certain things from your field and connect to different fields based on the energy and that you put into it. You know what I'm saying? And that's really that. This is not an argument against you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
When we were talking about it earlier, I thought of it and I was just like, that shit is really crazy how these things live in us. Like, we still have the trauma of something that existed centuries ago in our very DNA.
I mean, because when you really think about it, though, why do you think they keep putting all these MLK and Malcolm X when they post a picture? That shit's in black and white to make us feel like it was so long ago, bro. That shit was in the 60s.
Is on our timeline.
Like, literally, bro.
Not granddaughter, daughter.
And RIP his son, because his son just died.
Oh,
cancer.
Damn.
Oh,
wow. RIP, literally.
Literally looks just like that, man. But, like, literally, like, to disengage us from the reality that this shit wasn't really centuries ago.
No.
It was decades ago.
Yes.
Oh.
You know
my
what I'm saying?
grandmother, like I was just talking to my granny. I don't know if y'all know too much about Chicago, about Inglewood, but to paint a picture, Inglewood is basically like where Chief Keef be, all that shit, whatever. Gang.
You know, Chicago, man.
Okay. LOL. Shout out Nick.
Shout out the South Side.
Shout out
Harold.
South Side.
You know what I'm saying?
What you know about Harold?
Shout out the red line. All my niggas getting it on that train. You feel me?
Anyway.
79th Norman. What's up? I know about the red line, gang. Took that shit right to the Riverwalk, and I took it home.
On phone him.
And we took it home.
You know what's funny? This is just a caveat. Chicago is the most segregated city in America. And my friend did a project about the red line to showcase the segregation. The red line starts and ends on opposite sides of the city. From deep in the south all the way up to the north. That nigga rolled the red line, and it was a photo project, and he took pictures at every few stops, and you just see it go from black, mix, all the way to just white rich to black poverty, just on this one line.
That's deep.
Shit crazy. But so my granny, back in the day, Inglewood was predominantly white, and there weren't many black families that lived there. Both of my grandmothers lived in Inglewood in that time.
Baltimore too.
And redlining. Okay, we're gonna talk about it. And she was just talking to me about how she literally, this is my grandmother. Now, my great grandmother used to be chased with bottles. Wow. They're throwing glass bottles at her at 13 years old, trying to get to school. Like, I didn't understand. Like, she's been told me this story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when Obama got elected and she was just so emotional and she was telling us why. And I was just like, oh, damn, like, that's crazy. But, like, fathoming it. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that was your reality? You walking outside, niggas is throwing glass bottles at you, gang?
At 13.
What do you mean? Ruby Bridges is my grandmother's age. I thought Ruby Bridges was a dinosaur when I was in grade school. This shit crazy.
Look, Drew said a white woman can never raise a black man or woman and be able to give them credible guidance. That's why we shouldn't procreate. We're gonna have a bunch of airheads running around this bitch.
Drew's so funny because Drew's smart as fuck and he gonna say some nutty shit. Like, yes, you're on to something, and he had to end it with, we're gonna have a bunch of airheads running around this motherfucker. He's not lying though. Stupid, now that's real though. The black experience can't be taught.
It can't,
bro. Because I'm telling you, and this is actually funny. All my mixed friends' mothers are black, and they all is niggas. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
with the,
and like that's real.
I gotta think. Do I have any? I think mine are the same too. Their mom's black.
But yeah, and like I was saying though, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I also have had positive experience. Like, one of my good friends in high school, we used to call him White Boy Danny. Bro, his house was a safe place for us, like, as niggas, to be who we was, like, and shit like that. And the shit was cool. Like, his mom looked out for all of us. You know what I'm saying? All of his friends was black. He didn't have white friends. You know what I'm saying? But he also didn't act black. He was just
himself. Yeah,
he was just White Boy Danny. You know what I'm saying? Now he listened to the music we listened to and shit like that, but
I respect that.
He wasn't really like,
he wasn't a cultural.
Yeah, you know, there was a moment in time where we did have to check him because he got comfortable and we was rapping and he said nigga and we like, hold on. that was it though. We was young, so it's okay. You can forgive that. We kids.
Yeah.
We taught him that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause we like, yo, you see, we like, we love you, so we're not gonna beat your ass for that. But you know, if we not around, we can't save you.
Literally,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's not gonna have that patience with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
what do y'all think Africans think of African Americans? I don't know, y'all white people know how to have fun. I don't know, y'all white people know how to have fun too.
No. So I think what he's asking is, I think he's referring to like the division between Black Americans and Africans. And then he's saying, no, white people throw the best parties. There's a lot of good things white people do.
So I know some
like there is, but
some Africans call us ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where that.
I think we're ignorant to each other.
I think we're ignorant to each other. I've seen so many different perspectives. Like I've seen African, like essentially we're in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is supposed to be the promised land. We have all of these resources, right? So motherfuckers who are foreigners, not even just Africans, but like Asians and Indians, like they take education very fucking seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And they like, damn, like I go to a black school, y'all acting a monkey ass in this motherfucker. Y'all have all these resources, what the fuck? But what they don't understand is that what they're seeing is a direct byproduct of the systems that have been built against us. You see a room full of black kids who don't take their education serious, but they've never had people to pour into them because their teachers are underpaid. Their teachers are probably impoverished. So they don't have the capacity. And their parents don't have the proper tools to raise them properly. It's a constant cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like on top of the fact that their school probably doesn't have any resources, their books are falling apart. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all tied together, and they don't see that and they don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? So it just gives this divide of like, oh, y'all are ignorant. And we don't respect y'all. You know what I'm saying? And don't come here. This ain't y'all home. That's your home. Like, you know?
Like to me, what really disheartens me is when the disassociation from both parties, but primarily with Black Americans that don't like to associate with the African
diaspora.
You know, they'd be like, well, I was born here and yes, we are Black Americans, bruh.
And we have our own culture.
We all derived from the origin. And you know, you might be right. We actually don't all come from Africa, because that was the name that was given once it was conquered. Africa has had several names.
I did not know that.
You know what I'm saying?
Something new.
You remember, like, let me give you just a small example. You remember, like, a while back, like a couple years ago, Keke Palmer had got the Queen of Kush on like the tattoo in the back of her head, and like niggas was like, was she high or she on drugs or whatever? Yeah, Africa used to be called Kush, Kush. Like, so back then, whenever an emperor conquered a land, they could rename it. And the Roman Emperor Africanus is the last person to conquer. That's why it's called Africa. You know what I'm saying? So these things are only surface level education. The shit gets deep. And then, of course, when you talk about us branching off and becoming to different diaspora, like, if you, in order to live in European climates or colder climates, like, our skin and stuff is not built for that. So over time, the body adapts and you create this. So like, we all come from one type of shit. It's just diaspora, world, century, how science works. You either get darker and you get lighter. And you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And then it's more and more light skinned people continue to procreate. The skin only gets lighter. Like, it doesn't get darker. Like, you know what I'm saying? And over time, and so and maybe there was, you know, he did create white and black, but
no,
maybe, you know, if niggas want to say that, I don't believe that. But if niggas want to say that, sure, whatever. But I don't think so. But like, be real, like, it's so much more deeper than just. And everyone too just thinks that people in Africa, the common conception growing up is that everyone lives in poverty. That's from Africa. When it's very, you know, it's very successful and wealthy people that live in Africa. Like, there's private schools, there's a whole lot of gated communities and shit. Like, actually, it might be worse, the separation between rich and poor there. You know what I'm saying? But everybody don't live in huts and don't wear shoes and you know what I'm saying, don't take showers or wash up in the creek and carry boxes on their head. Everybody doesn't do that in Africa.
Propaganda.
That's propaganda, bro.
And that's a further divide that was massaged into us by the white man. Because I remember having like African classmates, and you best believe they was getting called African booty scratchers. Oh God! So of course they have this vengeance. Of course they're like, damn, like, you know. And now all of a sudden, we have taken keenness to African and Caribbean cultures through music and all of these things as we're learning. And they're like, actually, no, fuck y'all. Remember, we African booty scratchers.
Yeah, like, and it's like they have to understand that it's passed down and taught, and that was a tool installed in us to create the division. Yeah, to disengage us from ever wanting to go back home and make that revolution happen. Let's like really imagine if we took our privilege, knowledge, and success and combined it with their integrity, hard work, morals, values, and culture, and we intertwined it, we'd be an unstoppable force. You know what I'm saying? Like, that land is the source of everything. There's oil, there's gold, there's everything you need to be successful and have a nation. And it disheartens me too, because there are Black Americans that don't believe you are an African booty scratcher. Like, that doesn't just think you're piss poor or that you're stupid because you African. Like, it's a lot of us that really like my one of my bucket lists. I really want to spend if I could, like, a month. When I go to Africa, I need to be there like a month.
Be there for real.
I need to be there like for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no immerse. Like, I want that and I want to learn. And it's like, I hope when that time does happen, you know, I give the right people so I'm embraced, because I want to really know where I come from. I have all these East African features about me, but I don't know my origin. Every time I'm out, you Somalian? Are you Ethiopian? And maybe
that's
I ain't
crazy, because as you're saying
as you say that, I just seen that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's crazy.
Like, I had friends growing up that were Ethiopian. I would go out with them, bro. They would think I'm Ethiopian until they start speaking their native tongue, and then I don't know what the fuck they say.
That's so funny, because that's how my dad is. Like, my dad looks very like Somalian, and like, niggas will literally like, my daddy, he's from England, it's a hood nigga, like, you know, and they'd be like, my brother, nigga, I ain't your brother. Oh no, you're not my brother.
Like, I'm literally looking at your face, and there's nothing that isn't Afrocentric about it. You can't not tell me you don't come from there. Like, literally, like, bro, like, no.
There's literally like a plaque in my house. I'm finna pull this shit up and show y'all. My mom, we have deep roots in ancient Kemet. Like, on some spiritual shit. We don't like that, we just know, right? So I grew up learning about, you know, like King Tut. Like, my mom is an educator too, so we got the big ass 300-page books in the crib and all of the decor and all of this, right? There's been this placard in my house for 20 years. Like, I've always seen it or whatever. It's like this big, right? Why one day I look at it and recognize it looks exactly like my fucking sister. And when I say exactly, G, I'm pulling this shit up right now so I can show y'all. Fucking exactly.
Did I show y'all the picture of my ancestor who looks like my middle-aged sister? That's
the eyebrows, the eyes, the nose, the lips, the skin tone, how it's gold and it's red.
The freaking ear.
The ear, the fucking chin.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You can't see her forehead from the side, but that's exactly how her forehead looks from the side.
That's copy paste.
That's deep. That's crazy.
Like, what the fuck? This shit is crazy.
I'm gonna get more into the chat. No, that's outrageous.
Right?
That's like,
that is insane.
I don't know if anyone. Where's the closest camera? Right here.
Right there.
I don't know. That's that shit. That shit crazy. I don't know if they can see it. Okay.
So in the chat, Juice said, Vision Network said, light skinned people don't stand on business. None of our
hilarious. Oh my God.
None of our historical Black leaders have ever been light toned. I still love them. You're
lying. Malcolm X is a little light. He's a little fair.
My boy Will says, Booker T. Washington was light skinned, but he says, I say we procreate so we could get that generational wealth and wisdom passed down to the Black community. This is also one of my childhood friends. He says, shout out Ms. Anna and Danny. He said Africans call African Americans weak because our ancestors got on the boat and they ancestors stayed and fought.
Huh?
Africans call African Americans
I heard
weak
you.
because I know how to read it back for those back there.
Gotta let it sit in.
Africans call African Americans weak because our ancestors got on the boat and they ancestors stayed and fought. That's an interesting perspective.
That's
what do you think, Leah? What you think? Cause you look like you about to
cut
that
explode.
fro off
I'm
over
not
there.
gonna lie.
Like we finna get bald Latifah.
This is what I mean when I say we have trauma in our DNA. Yeah. That just made me want to cry.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm like actually holding back tears. That's crazy. That's how I feel from that statement, because it's like it's such a smack in the face. You know what I'm saying? To our people were strong. They were so strong they had to be broken when they got here. Niggas went the extra mile to break them because of how strong they were. Like, and all I could think about is the point of no return. And before niggas even got on the boat, they were being broken. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's like,
I don't think a lot of people went on that boat willingly.
No one went on the fucking boat willingly.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Did your people stay back and fight? Or were they just good at fucking hiding?
Yeah, I was about to say,
but I don't think that's necessarily how he feels.
No, I know that's not how he feels. I know he's just saying that's a perception.
And I really think that people believe that.
I know people believe that. Like, it's fucking hurtful. That's crazy.
We got Juice on the live right now. What's up, brother? Get into it.
Get Juice to call in on the phone number.
Juice, get off Instagram and call on the phone, gang.
I think he just wants to. I think he wants the FaceTime.
Q
said call the number on the radio,
gang.
But I said I think he want the FaceTime.
He wanted to be.
Juice wish he could be here so bad right now. He's calling right now.
I'm gonna text you the number to call.
470-412-0917.
Yo, I got K on here too. I want to definitely get K's perspective.
Yeah, talk to us, K.
What's that number? Read it out again.
470-412-0917. I still feel that pain from that comment. That shit is crazy. I feel it in my body, bro. Like my ancestors is pissed right now.
Like, and that to me, that kind of makes the most logical sense to the notion that like one of the main reasons, and it's like who the fuck said that? Like who said everybody was we live in guns dominate the world right now. Everybody knows you cannot punch bullets. They had weaponry and shit like that we had, that a bullet can help you take on 20 individuals.
Exactly. All right, we got Juice online.
You know.
We got caller on the line.
Caller number one.
Yeah. All right, now my fault. Like I was saying about that wild ass comment where he was saying their ancestors stayed and fought and our ancestors got on the boat. All right, first off, I'm tired of this whole narrative of black people sold black people into slavery. For one, that has truth to it, but there's telecontext to that. For one, the type of slavery that was going on back then wasn't what the new American slave trade invented. So when the black people, the Africans that did sell slaves, for one, those slaves weren't just good people. They were prisoners of whatever country. They were either war prisoners or they were just prisoners of that country already type shit. So they was already on the line. And even still, when word eventually got back to Africa about what was going on with the American slave trade, they stopped trading slaves. And that's when the fight started, because white people still they started kidnapping blacks and basically they just took over type shit and kidnapped us. So this whole, we just willingly sold niggas. No, it wasn't we just selling black people. It wasn't like that. And I don't like how people be always just saying that. Like, You feel me? It wasn't that. It wasn't that. And I just had to get that off.
Well, interestingly enough, that was not the point, but thank you for saying that, because I didn't even think about it like that. Honestly, like slavery wasn't what it looked like. I never thought about it like that. Like, I knew it because like I would read about it, and it was just like, yeah, these were slaves, but they were treated in a different way. Like they're like, oh, they're treated better than what you know slaves to be. But I never thought of it on a level of like, oh, we're giving you these slaves because this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? This is a common theme. And then they're like, oh, you're doing that though? Actually,
no,
never mind.
We can't.
You know, like I never thought of that.
Like
exactly, and that's why they, but like y'all was saying though, they paint these narratives and shit. You feel me? But y'all go ahead and finish the show. I just had to
get Kay on the phone.
Like, and if you got her number, text her, tell her call in. But too, like, have you seen all volumes of Hidden Colors?
What is that?
That is a very like world renowned, like that's like the first step in your Black enlightening when it comes to learning your true artifacts in history.
What is it called?
Hidden Colors.
Hidden Colors.
And there is where you'll find and learn all the names of Africa before it became Africa, where there's hidden gems on where our real information is hidden in these other countries, underground, in pyramids, and all these things. Like, and for the most part too, a lot of our Black history is actually stored in Mormon libraries. Why?
Yes.
I don't know necessarily why they put them there in Mormon libraries, but more so for the fact too that niggas don't read is the main fact.
And they never gonna go there.
They're never gonna think to go to look at a book for the information. Most of the answers that we're searching for lies within ourselves, and it is accessible.
Do y'all know about the Akasha Records?
The Akasha Records, vaguely. Enlighten me.
It's basically a spiritual library. And it's it's library where you can.
I heard about that.
Where you can basically tap into it's like an encyclopedia for all living things. Like you can connect with a tree and learn about their life. Like you can go back and learn about your past lives, your ancestors, and some more shit. It's an ancient spiritual encyclopedia.
It's like a remedy or something, like a tea or something, like a brew or something, right?
No, it's not a brew. It's like they're probably it's probably a brew that someone created to help you access it. Yeah. But it's just a thing that exists. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's nothing physical that you can read. You know what I'm saying?
It's like,
I'm actually like, I'm on a journey to learning about that. I'm just not. No, I'm not ready. The ancestor said that I was ready. But when it becomes accessible to me, I'll tap in. But it's like I feel like that unlocks a lot of power within us as a community and a collective as well.
Definitely.
Because it's like these are experiences that you're going to be able to see vividly and fit, you know what I'm saying, like in your mind and in your spirit, and be able to feel it and channel it. You know what I'm saying? Like past lives, like.
Bro, that's all like that's all like that's all the epiphanies are, bro. Like you have seen it before. I felt like I was. Yeah, it was shown to you. Like whether sometimes, and I feel like, whoever, I like to say God, but whoever you believe into, like they show they enlighten you to that gift in a friendly way sometimes, with doing it something slight that doesn't really make sense. Yeah. So it doesn't startle you. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I get it. You have the choice to kind of engage in that gift and do your higher research, but it's like, bruh, like you have the gift of seeing. Like,
we are,
you know what I'm saying?
Really
like
magical beings. Like, we have power. Like, there are people who are clairaudient, who are clairvoyant. You know what I'm saying? That can channel, like I'm learning about what my power is and how to utilize it. But this is something that, I mean, we are electromagnetic beings. This is something that we all have access to. It's just it's in us in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like someone has something that someone doesn't, but we are all more powerful, and we have this power that's untapped because that power does not allow for society to operate in the way that society operates. You know what I'm saying? That's why they were burning witches back in the day, because they had these powers. You know what I'm saying? And it was something that was otherworldly. So niggas was terrified of it. And you know what niggas do when they're terrified of shit.
Shut it down.
Right. And it don't mean like, and you know, and a lot of times I feel like when people say like they can feel, like it's not condescending or arrogant when I be like, I don't need to know you to know who you are. Like when you're divine and you move off energy, I can identify a demon quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just I'm confident and secure within myself that you're not gonna break me, because even with that dark side, you still have light.
I actually want to talk to that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now it doesn't mean that what I'm trying to do is extract that light from you.
Yeah.
But because I'm already one up, I can engage with you for this moment. You know what I'm saying? And
pinpoint where the conversation at a distance.
Keep you under wraps. Like, you know what I'm saying? To keep myself safe. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. But that is like, that's part of the gift of seeing, like feeling. Like it's like
being tapped in with yourself.
Being tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to talk to what you just said though, right? This is something that I've been learning. A lot of the things, I feel that darkness has a bad rep. Darkness, we know that darkness is necessary. And it's just as important as light. You see the yin yang symbol. There's light, there's dark and light, and there's light and dark. But darkness gets a bad rep because of religion and indoctrination and this further whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, God is light, devil is dark. You know what I'm saying? Anything negative is just darkness and it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Anything light and, you know, that is more positive is good, when essentially all of this shit is actually neutral.
Facts, because if you think about it, night is actually the most peaceful time for all of us, whether you're sleeping, whether you're just chilling, like, you know what I'm saying?
And it's just as important
when everybody slows down.
The daytime.
And I can attest to that, because I'm a person that enjoys just like my come down. It's just like I like to sit in the dark. Not because I'm evil, not because I'm just dark, but it's like it's peaceful.
And it's like we've been conditioned to be afraid of the darkness. I literally, like, I'm gonna get woo again. Spirit told me to take a shower in the dark the other day. Like, and this was around the time that we were leaving the dark age into the golden age. And I have been getting messages. Like, I would feel connected to a tree and it would have no leaves. But then I look around and there's all of these other trees around it that have leaves. And this was consistent. I'm like, why am I being attracted to the dead shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I attracted to this tree in the shadow when there's light beaming off of every tree around it? It's like, oh, you need to get more comfortable with darkness. Like, within you, within other people, because it's necessary. Winter is very dark. Niggas hibernate in pure darkness, and they have to. They would not be able to live the life that they lived if they stayed out in the light all year round.
That's crazy, because like what you were saying about, like, I do everything in the dark. Like, I swear, like, I've been taking showers in the dark. Like, I always do that. I when I use the bathroom, I don't cut the lights on. Like, but I might got one little
one little thing, right? Complete darkness. I like the darkness, so I take showers in very dim, like I'll have all my bathroom lights off and my doors open. I never have big lights on in my house. I just have like a lamp on in the living room, so it'll be like a little glow. No, dark to the point where I couldn't tell the difference between my eyes closed and eyes open, because there's not 1 inch of light in the bathroom. It was scary. But as the shower went on, I got more comfortable. I was like, okay, I'm here. I'm operating, but I'm ready to get out. And then I just started talking to myself. I got more comfortable, and I realized that it healed a fear in me of the dark. Like, you know how you downstairs, you cut the light off, you run upstairs. Yeah. Like this fear, what this darkness is, but on an energetic and spiritual level, that fear existing within you can materialize into other things. Fearful of the moments where it doesn't look as positive or whatever we deem lightness to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I love the little smile after her rant. And then she tries to come out and it's like an anime character.
Yeah.
So funny, G. I was at this event last night and this man started drawing me very randomly. Like it was an interactive event. They was showing Friday, but they had like, you could put the headphones on, you could put it to like where you're listening to the music the DJ playing, or you're listening to Friday. They had niggas drawing. You can like color. You can do whatever you want. It's like an introverted, extroverted space. You can do something by yourself or with the one person you came with while still being in this room with all these people, right? So we all at this table. I don't know how to draw, so I'm just writing on the fucking thing. And I look over and I'm like, that looks like me. Like, and I was just like, oh, okay. And I didn't really, say too much. And then I'm like, damn, every time I look over, it gets better. He was like, oh, it's you. I'm almost done. I'm drawing your glasses now. It literally looked like an anime character. It was crazy. I'm finna show you. LOL. But yeah, that light dark shit is crazy, and I didn't realize the importance of.
But that's fire. Looks
he
like
he drew this. He drew this in like 5 minutes. Like I'm just right here, and this is me writing, and I just look over, and I'm like, oh nigga, that's me.
He going crazy though.
And he was just. And it's so funny because I can tell when people are just of creativity and that's it. Like, it all flows through us in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was going to draw that and walk the fuck away without saying anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and I was like, oh, shit, wait. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm drawing. I'm got your glasses. And I'm okay. Hi. And, I could tell he didn't like I didn't even ask for the Instagram. Like my friend started recording it before we even recognized he acknowledged me. She was like, "You think he's gonna want it? Because this is something I would want." I'm like, "I would want the video too," but something tells me that nigga don't give a fuck. Like
you just do this.
It's just whatever, and it's not like it's more positive or negative than someone else's experience. It's just like that's how he exists within his shit.
I wanted to touch back to what you were saying though about the dark and light, and when I was referring to like demonic energy and shit like that. The thing is that it's shape shifting. Like demonic energy isn't always synonymous with darkness either. It could be presented through light. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Through you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get too dark, get too deep, but you know what I'm saying? Like it comes in many different forms, and it's very selective. It's very vile and it's very manipulative. You know what I'm saying? So there's plenty of ways. There's serpents. There's you know what I'm saying. But we ain't gonna get too far into it. But it doesn't just mean it derives from the dark. Like you know what I'm saying. It's just a dark energy as far as bad goes, but not in the visible sense. You know what I'm saying. It could come to you in many different forms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to take this off. I feel you.
Then that's like superheroes and villains too.
You know?
What you mean by that?
Like sometimes, I mean,
because
everybody look at the superhero as a good guy, and then the villain, like for instance, the Joker, the movie, he came from stuff as well, but people look at Superman as the, you know what I'm saying? It's like that in a way.
Perception.
How you look at it.
And then at the end of the day, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain anyway.
Yes, you do. I'm seeing that in real time.
Bars.
Like I didn't realize this, that I was the black sheep in the family, because I've always been like the A student, the goody two shoes. I'm the oldest daughter, so you already know what that looks like. Oh, I'm gonna, I wasn't a kiss ass. Like I've always been me, but in that was still always this need or just this innate of following the rules and being everyone's favorite because I follow the rules and I do what I have to do as a kid and get good grades, etc., etc. And as I've grown up, I've become the rebel of the family because I'm recognizing there's so many. Like I'm the one to shift the dynamic. My job in this family dynamic is to heal the generations of trauma that we got in this bitch.
Virgo festival.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's that Virgo in you. You sound like me, girl.
I don't even. It's like it's so funny because like I literally, it's. I'm recognizing like, oh, this makes me the black sheep. The fact that, oh, I feel y'all got negative energy. I'm burning sage. My mama like, what she did? Yeah, because you just came in here with all that fucked up energy. So yes, I'm burning sage, and actually, I'm gonna get you extra. Goddammit, what are we talking about? Like, or just being tapped into my spirituality in the way that I am. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers look at that and be like, "Oh, you don't believe in God." What you mean? Like I had someone see me that I had a crystal, and it was like, "But you still follow the word of God, right, baby?" And I'm like, actually, I have never read the Bible, so I don't like, and it's no shade. It's just I connect with God through my spirituality. Some people connect with God through their religion.
The thing is, he meets you where you are. Like, there is no one specific way
because we're all different.
Relationship and communication, and he knows your talents and how you operate more than anybody else. So it's not for you to understand. It's because this is our relationship. Y'all focus on y'all relationship. You know, he came to me and told me you bullshitting, really. So don't worry about me. Literally. We actually good. Because I living in my truth. What about you?
Literally.
You see, I got my crystals in the public. You wear yours behind closed doors, and that's what we not the same.
And it's funny because I'm realizing that people don't understand the importance of the small nuances of their life and how it actually speaks to who they are. Like, you will think someone is a good person, right? Because they are liked by the people in the family, or like they do for others very selflessly, but every time they come around, they're trying to control a situation. They're trying to control someone's perspective. They're trying to invoke fear into people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, are you actually a good person? Oh, but that's just how they are. Yeah, that's just how they are. But let's look into why. Not even why are they like that. Let's look at it face value, gang. That's how they are, and they're a shitty person. So yes, you're right. That is how they are. But I don't gotta fuck with them because they're a shitty person. Like, the nuances are so important. Like, I grew up in a household where the norm was to scream and yell.
Whoever was the loudest was the rightest.
And we were physically and financially supported, and my family shows the fuck up. Whatever anyone is doing, we all there. That's what that love looked like. But it also looked like being like anything. Okay. It looked like a lack of emotional regulation in my parents. And what that materialized as is not being able to communicate when something was wrong without cursing or yelling, further invoking fear into your kids, and further pushing them towards being this perfection.
Or rebellious.
Or either way, for me, it pushed me to be perfect. For my sister, it pushed her to be rebellious. For the younger one, she don't give a fuck about none of this shit. She kind of got the both of us. You know what I'm saying? But then it also looked like what I don't think our community understands is that communication is so important. And for us in our family, if I call that abuse, they'll look at me like I'm crazy. Because like, they're like, abuse? We ain't never put our hands on you. You have never been in a situation where somebody has touched you in an inappropriate manner. You just fucked up. So y'all
See, that's
baby,
do you want me?
Do you want me to pull up the articles on how impactful the verbal abuse is, and how when you're communicating in this way, it actually is verbal abuse? It's a shame that your 13-year-old daughter can't speak up about what's bothering her. It's a shame that you have a 26-year-old daughter, 25-year-old daughter who doesn't know how to have a conversation with someone and feel okay when they're being challenged. Because you never was open to being challenged or created an environment where that was safe.
Be quiet, I'm speaking.
Be quiet, yeah.
Stay in a child's place.
Don't say nothing.
Don't talk back.
Let me finish. No.
Just
little
stay
shit
in
like
a child's
that.
place. You are wrong. My youngest sister is so intelligent. She's so ahead of her time. And her voice has been minimized because of that.
Speak for baby sis, man.
Oh, you think I fucking don't? Oh, I had a 2-hour long curse out session with my parents last week because of me recognizing a trauma that was created by my parents. That was created in me too, but I'm doing my own work. But I recognize how my sister connects with that trauma and what she needs from my parents to heal that. And when I communicate that, it's
met with resistance, of course, because they got denial, all of them. Because it's rooted in what I did for you and not how I loved you. Like, it's more than physical, it's more than material. It's the nurturement that you lacked, mother, father.
Literally.
Doesn't
and
mean I don't love you, but
I broke it down like this because essentially what it was is my parents had high expectations for us. That's why I am the person that I am today. That's why I had the full ride to college. That's why I finished my fucking computer engineering degree in 4 years, magna cum laude, with an internship, with a job, and did that shit, right? Because I was held to these high expectations. But what it also created was me defining my worth on my successes, me being overly critiqued by my mother specifically, because she's a tough lover and she has these high expectations, and realizing that these high expectations are extremely suffocating. And in a moment when I'm coming to you, Mama, I don't need critique right now. I just need love. I need praise. And I recognize that I am the voice for my sisters. I don't care to go toe to toe with my parents over my sisters. Not at all.
And my thing is too.
I ain't finished. I'm gonna finish that.
Go ahead. I was gonna be quick. Go ahead. It was in the greens with you, but go.
No,
I don't want you to lose
it
because you're cooking.
She definitely cooking.
So I noticed my sister essentially, she was going through some things, and I finally was able to motivate her to get her up and moving and create a dynamic with her that worked for her. Right. So proud of her. I came back and followed up with her later that day. She did every fucking thing that she had been putting off. You know what I'm like, damn, like, I'm extremely proud of you. So she brought the stuff to my mama room to show her, and we all I'm on the phone. The first thing out of my mama's mouth is critique. This girl been depressed. I just got her ass out the bed after you've been trying for 2 weeks. The first thing out your mouth is critique? Piss me off.
I got something for that too.
You're pissing me off. But I let my sister finish, and when I hear the critique, I'm noticing how my sister is responding. She is she's not responding to what you're saying. She's gonna recenter it on what she's doing, which is good emotional skills, might I add. I'm not even gonna tap into what the fuck you saying. Back to what the fuck I was saying, right? I'm picking these things up, then I mention it. Is denial. So you know what? Let me break it down to you on an analogy, because what my parents received is also the way that we love is just fuck it. You're able to give her this praise, so you just do it. Oh, but me doing it isn't going to do for her what it's going to do if you give it to her, because I didn't create the womb. You created the womb. You have to tend to the womb. She needs the praise from you. That praise from you weighs more than the praise from her sister. They still didn't get it, so I gave them this very clear analogy. If you've been giving your kids apples their whole life, right? They grow up to find out they have a vitamin C deficiency. They have a vitamin C deficiency because you really gave them fucking apples their whole life. You gave them 6 apples and 1 orange when you were supposed to give them 4 apples and 4 oranges, or have them more balanced. They're vitamin C deficient now, and now they're like, okay, you've been giving me apples my whole life. I need oranges now. And actually, I don't need any fucking apples. I'm appled out, gang. Give me oranges and give me all them motherfuckers. You gonna look them in their face and say, either you don't have a vitamin C deficiency, or I don't know how to give you an orange, and I don't care to figure out how to give you an orange, so I'm gonna just give you apples. Or I'm giving you fruit though.
She's good.
I'm doing what do you mean? I'm giving you fruit. Is this not love? I need an orange though, gang. We can't even get to the point where you can plant the seed for the orange tree. I'm not expecting to get a conglomerate of oranges right now in this moment, because you don't know how to fucking do that. But can you at least acknowledge that I need the orange, and then you can plant the seed and we water that shit together? No, they still ain't get it.
And my thing is, what I wanted to touch to you with is degrading is not synonymous with tough love. You can critique me in a way that you have to. It's the same with coaching. You can coach hard, but you have to be receptive to how your kids respond. And every method is different for each player, and as it will be for each kid.
Yes.
You can talk to certain, because people respond differently, and it's learning your responses to the people that you're trying to reach out to and the people that you love, and listening to them. A kid will tell you in the way that they want you to love them, or that they need you to love them. It's your duty to receive it. It's not saying that the way that you love is wrong. It's saying that it could be better. Or if you want to be different, or if you want to connect with me, then I need you to meet me here. Because all you're going to do every time I come to you, one, it creates a disengagement. I no longer want to build a connection with you. You actually don't know your kid now. And now when they go and they do something that's left or out of this world, you're thrown off. But you didn't take the time to engage and meet them where they needed to be. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get more out of your kids, then you have to meet them where they need you to be. That it's that simple, bro.
They don't respect their kids. Adults do not respect kids, because especially in our community, it's been, I am the adult, you are the child. I am superior, when in reality, every relationship is a two-way street, not a highway and a sidewalk.
From experience, my first acting role, Hustle, I got the call. I'm like, I got the role. Oh my God, I'm gonna hustle. I'm like, I can't wait to tell my dad. Oh my God, he's gonna be like, oh my God, you got the role. Dad, I got the role. How much is it? Are they paying you anything? Dad, I got the role.
Yeah.
Are they paying anything? I'm like, I don't know. I got the role. That's not. I'm like,
they don't even realize it.
And that hurt me deep.
Damn.
Cause it's like all this time I've been trying to show you, I'm out here doing this, I'm doing this. I finally got the chance.
And you took my moment from me.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they have envy in a sense. I remember another experience. I remember when I finally got my acceptance letter to state. I remember yesterday, everything, my whole joint. I'm walking with my girlfriend, coming home from school. I pick it up. She was with me, you know what I'm saying, happy. I run in the house. I show my mom. She's sitting on the bed, and just with the blankest stare, she her first words was literally "How are you gonna pay for it?" Not congratulations, or even if you I don't even in that moment I'm I really damn, did you even really have any expectations for me? And it also showed me you weren't even prepared for this.
Yeah.
That was to realize when it set in, I had to do this all alone. You didn't even think that far.
Yeah.
And it's not you. Part of the blame is you, but it's a cycle. It's passed down.
I was just
no one's even did this. You didn't even expect this out of me.
You first generation.
You was just happy that I was just staying out of trouble. That was all it was enough for you. But it was I wanted like a congrat. Like this was first of all after I had already had the Terrence letters, you know, that didn't accept me and stuff like that. My first 2 options didn't accept me. So when I got this one, this was everything. Like I was going.
Yeah.
There was no, didn't take no for an answer. I don't give a fuck about no. I'm gonna figure it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know, God did, but I definitely understand that completely because I was just like, fuck. I was like, when I walked out the room, like, you know, she said like, okay, you know, that's good. I'm happy, but you know, you got to figure out like, it was just like kind of like, damn, like a Debbie Downer, like fuck, like do I even want to go to school?
Deflated the balloon.
Like you just killed my whole reality. Like that's not how you should have broke that down to me. It should have been like a congratulations, baby, I'm proud of you. This is what we're going to do. You know, like we're going to figure out how to make sure that we get you this money so you can go to school because, you know, I don't necessarily have it, but I'm happy for you and I'm proud of you. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you do that. That should have been the motherfucking response.
Yeah.
This shit's so crazy because like you said, it's passed down. And even when circumstances are different, it still exists. Because I was on the opposite end of the spectrum where they were expecting that. When I got my full ride, I remember that night we at the crib like, oh, it's up. They baby, you get whatever you want. That's why I got the car. You know what I'm saying? Like they like, cause they promised me that shit in that moment. They like, you get whatever you want. Cause you did what you were supposed to do. But I'm still getting that. In different instances, I'm in dance class. I'm coming home and I'm showing you the choreography I just learned, and you like, I feel like it should be done another way. Like
I'm not surprised their frustration with you because you are the golden, and you're going beyond the realms of their expectations for you. You're not sticking to just your career field. You're branching off, you're modeling, you're acting, you're promoting, you're
the funny
podcasting.
Thing is,
like
they love that though.
They do.
They do. And that's why I'm saying it's so funny because they don't box me in. They want me to experience it all. My dad is a fashion designer. My mom is a scientist. But it still exists. I can't tell them about themselves. I can't come home and share something with you without you pushing for, because they know.
Oh, because you, okay. I get it now.
They're like, okay, but I used to be terrified of a C. Terrified, y'all. I would cry because I know when I get home, it's curtains. Don't let me have more B's and A's. No. If there's 7 grades, it needs to be 4 A's and 3 B's. If it's more B's and A's, I'm not getting my ass whooped. But there's still going to be disappointment. See? I'm getting my ass whooped.
I came home with straight C's. There ain't shit happened.
So it's like it's opposite ends of the spectrum, but that trauma that's been passed down is still existing, and it doesn't matter how different the situation is, it's still going to materialize.
It's deep, man. Gotta break these generational curses. But look, man, we're gonna get ready to wrap this up, man. Today was a good. We've been going. You said that though when you picked me up. You did, and you let that chopper sing, and I'm happy. Today was for you.
Aww.
Today was for you. You ran the show, Mama. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, guys.
For real. Yeah. Look, man, we was gone a week. We had to give y'all people tapped in. I probably had about 30 people come in and out on the live, like. That was dope. They waiting for us, man. But y'all stay tuned, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe. Follow everybody on their social media platforms. Gang. Shout out to Kim doing his Thug Thizzle back there in the operation room. It's your boy Swole the Poet _ on all platforms, man. Y'all tap into the Black Prosperity. Stay tuned to the Shit Vision Network got coming. Playworld Vision got coming, man. Shout out Juice. He'll be back in the building Thursday. Y'all go ahead and let them know y'all tags and everything as we sign out.
Go ahead, Chris.
Scarf Chocolate on everything. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Hold on.
I'm Leahthemuse on everything. On TikTok though, Leahthemuse _ but I don't really be on there right now.
We're gonna get her on there.
That's gonna change.
She gonna get on there.
Nah, that's gonna change. I've been doing this thing called the Muse Diaries, where I just like give a like inside view to my life because I do all these different things, but I also have very crippling ADHD, and it provides a different set of challenges. So I just be showing the different experiences that I have that aren't just this picture perfect show, giving the people authenticity. So I'm tapping back into the Muse Diaries this week if y'all want to follow and tap in. Leahthemuse.
We love that, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Make sure y'all follow everybody. Yo, shout out Dage. She said keep doing dog. We're authentically Dage, man. Follow Papa.Hodge at Jada Unique, at Zig215 Philly, the whole fam, man. We in this bitch, man. We taking over 2024. All right.